this is your first time to this channel and you love movies and martial arts, consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything. Welcome to Fight Scene Friday, the show where we analyse the fight scenes from some of your favourite movies and television shows. My name's Asten Regis, and on today's show we're going to be looking at the fight scene from Ong Bak 2, the village fight between Tien, played by Tony Jaa, and the Warriors. This is a fight scene. This is a great fight scene. Tony Jaa was like a massive star like at this point of time. I think it was like the early 2000s, around 2004, 2005, 2006. And this film, I thought, just really showcased his skill set as a martial artist and as a performer. The first Ong Bak had taken place in modern time. It was based upon the Buddha statue, and obviously a lot of Thai religion, Buddhism religion, the kind of traditional values of this warrior who comes from this village. Now, this film is a bit different because it's now taking place in ancient times. I get a bit confused about the story because I think he's still playing the same character, but it's a different incarnation of the character. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below, because I always get confused by the storyline in this film. But I absolutely love the film. I love it. I love the fight scenes in this movie. He really ups his game. I mean, obviously he's a young boy who's taken in by this bandit of warriors, and he's trained in many different martial arts. You see him at the beginning training in different styles and systems. You know, you see he's able to do Muay Thai, he's able to do Tiger Fist, he's able to use swords, different types of swords, spears, drunken style. You know, he's able to do wrestling, jiu-jitsu. He's able to do a lot of different martial arts. So he's got that Bruce Lee philosophy of being able to do any kind of martial art, adapt to his opponent, and to be ready for any situation. And this final fight just really just blew the hinges off the door. It blew the hinges off the door. My God. The guy just went from weapon to weapon to weapon. You know, you see him with the sword, and then he goes into empty fist, empty hand. He's using his tiger style. He's using a bit of Muay Thai in there as well. His acrobatic style, of course. But it just goes from movement to movement. And these warriors, these ninjas, these bandits, they seem to come out from everywhere, and they just seem to be non-stop. Like, he's just going from stage to stage. It's just like, oh man, I was blown away by the fight, you know, I was blown away. How many weapons did he handle? I remember he had a straight sword, he had a broadsword in the fight, he handled a rope dart in the fight, which is a very advanced Chinese kung fu weapon. He also had a 3-section staff, another Shaolin weapon, which is very advanced and very, very hard to use. In my time in China, I wanted to use that, but I didn't get around to it because I was only there for 5 months. So I didn't get the opportunity to train with that weapon. You know, I learned the broadsword, the spear, and also the staff. And a little bit of straight sword as well, but not as much. But the weapons are very complex. And for him to be able to go from weapon to weapon to weapon, it really showed his skill, you know, his advancement in his ability to kind of tell a story with all these amazing weapons and all these different styles that he was able to incorporate. Obviously his bread and butter is Muay Thai, and being a Thai, you know, obviously that's their main martial art, and he's fantastic at that. And he really brought that in Ong Bak 1, along with the acrobatic style. But what I love about this fight scene was just the evolution of Tien. You know, you're seeing an ancient version of Tien. You're seeing in the age where he has to deal with warriors who carry weapons, who carry swords and spears and shields, and how he would have had to fight differently, and how warriors in that time would have had to fight. And he's such a great warrior because he spent time learning the martial arts and becoming proficient in every single style, becoming adaptable. No matter what situation he's in and who he's fighting, he's able to overcome all these warriors until it gets to the end of the fight. Even the elephant comes into the fight. There's an elephant that comes in, and he's able to do like a flip when he does this crazy move where he kind of steps on the elephant's head, does a backflip, and kicks the guy in, shin kicks the guy in the head. I was just like, is that a real elephant? Like, is that a real elephant? I'm just thinking, because it looks real. But some of the stunts that were performed around the animal, I just feel like some of it must have been like a double, like a fake elephant in there, because You know, he was fighting in between the elephant, fighting on top of the elephant when that demon crow guy comes and takes him out. That's the one guy that does take him out, and that's an enemy for Ong Bak 3, you know, who just kind of comes in as a little preview. He's a bit of a mysterious character. He just comes in and he's making these crow-like noises. Absolutely destroys Tien, you know, and he's able to fight on top of the elephant as well and actually control the elephant once he does knock Tien off the elephant. And he does some extravagant backflip, comes straight down on Tien when he's in the tusks, knocks him off the tusks back onto the ground floor for the other guys to deal with. Wow. The fight, obviously there was a lot of wire work in that, with the guy performing that move. But in terms of Tony Jaa's just raw ability, just raw martial arts ability, it was just fantastic to see. And his determination, obviously this is a young man who lost his family when he was young, his father was killed, and this mentor brought him in, and they gave him an opportunity to save himself when he was a young boy. He was a slave, and the slave owners threw him into the crocodile pit for their entertainment, to fight against a crocodile. So these guys come in, they rescue these people, but they don't necessarily rescue Tien. Like, his mentor throws a knife into the pit and he goes, death or life, it's up to you. So he doesn't actually rescue him, he gives him a chance to save himself, and he ends up killing the crocodile. So they take him in and they're able to train him as a young boy. They give him a chance. They say, you're free to go, but if you want to, you can stay here and learn martial arts. And he's looking at all the warriors training and all these different styles and stuff, and I just love it, man. And obviously he makes the choice to stay, which was a great choice for him, because he became this fearless, awesome warrior who's able to adapt to all these opponents. He's able to use all these different weapons, all these different styles, all these different systems. And that's what Bruce Lee's philosophy really was about. It was about being able to not see beyond styles and just take what's useful from different cultures and different martial arts and different ways of fighting, you know, and just make it your own. Be adaptable, be in a situation where there's not only one response. So if you need to grapple, you can grapple. If you need to use a sword, you can use a sword. If you need to use a shield, a spear, you can use a shield and spear. If you need to kickbox, you can do that. If it's close quarters, good. If it's a long distance fighting, you can use a rope dart, you know. So that's what Tony Jaa really brought in. And I was watching some of the behind the scenes stuff, and he did say, obviously he was very inspired and influenced by Bruce Lee, and that idea of being able to use different martial arts. And yeah, he really upped his game. I love this movie. It's such a good film. Again, it's a warrior story, and I love these kind of warrior stories. There's certain elements of the film I didn't understand, but overall, the overarching story, hero story, I really enjoyed. So definitely check out Ong Bak 2. I'm sure you have, and that's the reason why you're watching this. But if you haven't, I'll leave a link in the description below where you can check out the film if you're interested. Me, love that fight scene. Love that fight scene. So good. Anyway, if you like this video, hit that like button, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what your favourite fight scene in Ong Bak 2 was. Did you like this fight scene? What did you think of the fact that Tony Jaa, or aka Tien, was able to use all those different styles and systems and weapons in the fight? What's your favourite Tony Jaa movie? What's your favourite Tony Jaa fight scene? I'd love to know below, because he's got some great fight scenes in his movies, especially his earlier movies. I prefer Ong Bak 1, The Protector, aka Toyum Gup it's called in Thailand, and this movie, Ong Bak 2. Ong Bak 3 is pretty good as well. I don't think it's as good as Ong Bak 2, but it's still up there, I think, in the upper echelon of Tony Jaa movies. I haven't liked his recent ones as much, but these ones I think are his classic movies, and you definitely need to check them out if you haven't. But comment down below, let me know what your favourite Tony Jaa movie and fight scene is. Let's have a discussion. Anyway, I'll see you next week for another Fight Scene Friday, and remember, behind every fight is a great story. Peace!